Happy Monday, grade threes. Today we're going to work on some multiplication skills. First, we're going to take a look at what we did a couple weeks ago, and then we're going to take a peek at some new stuff, and then I have some fun activities for you to do today. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is this. We were working on repeated addition a couple weeks ago. So this is when we have something like the Tooth Fairy, and she has 3 jars of teeth. Each jar has 3 teeth in it. So we can use a skill like repeated addition to tell us what the answer is. So there's 3 plus 3 plus 3, and that answer is 9. We talked about how that times symbol means groups of. So with this example, we would have 3 groups of 3, and we would write that as 3 times 3 equals 9. Today, we're going to take a look at a new way of representing those numbers, and that's called making arrays. An array is a way of arranging our information so that it makes it easier for us to count it, to add it, and to know the answer. So in this example, the chef baked cupcakes. I love cupcakes. She arranged them into rows of 4. So if she had 3 rows of cupcakes, how many cupcakes were there in all? So we can see that we've got 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, and each row has 4 cupcakes. So we can write that as 3 groups of 4, or like they wrote, 3 rows of 4. If we know how to skip count by 3s, we can count the columns, 3, 6, 9, 12. Or we can skip count by 4s, 4, 8, 12. It's a different way of arranging our information. Arrays have to be in order of rows and columns instead of just in groups like the last couple examples. So let's take a look at a word problem together. Get my whiteboard. So Olivia plants a garden. She makes 2 rows of flowers. You can see I made 2 rows of flowers. Each row has 7 flowers in it. How many flowers does Olivia have in all? So I made 2 rows of flowers with 7 flowers in it. This is the same as saying 2 groups of 7, okay? So we can add 7 plus 7, and I know we're really good at our doubles, so that should be nice and easy for us. I know that we're really good at adding our doubles, so 7 plus 7 is 14. We can also count the columns by going 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So Olivia planted 7 flowers in all. Now I've got a couple other examples down here. These ones are just blocks. So we're going to do this one first. So we can see that we've got 2 rows, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in a row. Let me grab my marker here. So we can write that, let's see how good I can do this. We can write that as 2 rows of 4. All right, so 2 rows of 4, we can skip count by 4s. We got 4 and 8, or we can skip count the columns, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2 groups of 4, or 2 times 4 is 8. Let's take a peek at this one. This one we can see we've got 3 rows, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the rows. So 3 groups of 4 equals, we can skip count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, or we can skip count by 4s, 4, 8, 12. So we know that 3 times 4 is 12. I have 2 more for us to do. Just switch them off my board. All right, so this one here, we can see that we have 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows, and there's 1, 2, 3 in each row. So 3 groups of 3 equals, we need to skip count now, 3, 6, 9. And the last one, this one's one of my favorites. There are 2 rows, and there are 2 in each row. So 2 rows of 2 or 2 groups of 2 equal 4. That's how we do arrays. All right, so we're taking the same idea as our groups of. We can still use repeated addition. We can still use skip counting to get our answers. For your activities today, you can go on SumDog for a little bit. There's some work to do with some arrays and some multiplication on there. You can go and do a boom card set. There's 10 questions that are all about arrays. If you choose to do the boom cards and it's a question like, any one of the other ones. It's a question like one of these ones. If you try putting in 2 times 4 and it says it's wrong, you just need to flip your numbers and put 4 times 2. It wouldn't let me make 2 right answers. You can, if you have a printer at home and your parents want you to, there's a worksheet that's on the website. You can print off and answer the questions, and they're just questions with these cards. Or I think there's an activity that I put underneath that has you finding and arranging some objects around your house to try and answer some multiplication questions. That's it for today. We'll keep practicing our multiplication tomorrow. Go pick an activity or two, do as many as you want, and have a great day, guys.